Oh my. That mustn't be pleasant. Yeah, look at what the hell. Come on now. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Afan, and today we're gonna continue watching the show known as House of the Dragon. For an episode 2, it's called The Rogue Prince, which I presume is referring to Daemon Targaryen, who sort of went rogue at the end of the last episode. But before we jump into this episode, though, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode and the first episode and pretty much everything else that I do, you can. It's available on my Patreon, link in the description to my Patreon. Also, these episodes go earlier on Patreon. The full-length reactions go really early, and the YouTube edits go a few days earlier than YouTube as well on Patreon. So check it out. Thank you, patrons, for supporting me all this time. YouTube members, subscribers, people who watch the videos, like, comment, share, all of you. Thank you so very much. Now, last episode was great. I thought that was a brilliant start to the series. They weren't messing around. They established a few things, few relations, few political connections, some manipulation going on as well. Viserys might not be that great of a king, or at least according to some people. Otto is pretty much, or seems like he is, the little finger of this show. He's very manipulative. He is playing the game really well. The fact that Emma dies, and the first thing that this dude does is tells his little teenage daughter to go give the king some company. So right away, right from the get-go, the mood is set. All right, we're back to Westeros. This is what it is. The Game of Thrones is going to be played here. You also establish a couple of other relationships like, Corlys and Rhaenys, I think. I'm gonna mess up the names. They're also similar, and then they're reusing the name over and over again as well for different people. So in the Targaryen family in particular, on all the families, not just Targaryens, but the Targaryens have really weird names compared to all the rest. I loved the fact that that narration there at the end with Daemon, right? The heir for a day. That whole plot line, it seems so ambiguous and so, like, it's not exactly trustworthy narration, which is kind of good, or not kind of, which is great. It is actually very similar in a way to the book, because in the books, well, I've read the main A Song of Ice and Fire series, which isn't complete yet. Winds of Winter, when are you coming? Are you coming at all? Winter is coming, but, we keep hearing that, but it has yet to come. When is it coming? Soon. That's all we hear. Anyways, so in that you get these chapters which are from the perspective of these characters, and so whatever you're reading or hearing, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. You gotta understand that it is from the perspective of this person, and it might not have happened exactly like that, and that I thought they did a great job with that, with the Daemon, heir for a day plotline there, because that seemed a bit like, did he not? Because they didn't really show it outright, so no one really knows what actually happened. But there's a lot of manipulation going on, and people are pulling strings, and which way is it gonna go? Rhaenyra is going to be the heir of Viserys, but you have to keep that in mind that she's the heir until a better option is available. Unfortunately, a better option means a male heir, It's not based on competency at all. It's not a meritocracy. It's just male dominated. That's what it is. That's Westeros for you. Anyways, I've said enough. Let's get into this episode without any further ado. Oh, by the way, speaking of ado, whenever I say ado, it reminds me of Mount Doom, which, by the way, I've got the one ring to rule them all. Rings of Power. I've started, and I'll be watching that on the channel as well. But anyways, for today, let's do this. Listen to the official audio companion. I've yet to listen to the audio companion, man. But yeah, I will definitely listen to the podcast at some point as well. Oh, they're doing the previously on.
Now we discuss the heirs tournament.
To celebrate the firstborn son that we presently do not have.
This child is a boy, Emma.
Well, he was a boy.
I wish you luck, Sir Kristen.
Emma has begun her labors.
I'm Dracarys. I love how she says Dracarys. So crisp.
These recent tragedies.
All right, the nail stuff. I saw her fingers all bloody. I love the thrones.
You are to return to Runestone at once. By order of your king.
By the order of the peaky fucking planet.
Viserys Targaryen, do hereby name Rhaenyra Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne.
And she does look badass. And that hair, though. Come on now. By the way, I just realized I did say male heir. He did have a male heir, Damon, but he didn't go that way. So I guess there is some meritocracy going on, or competency. But, oh, come on now. Let's go. A Game of Thrones theme. Oh, they've got an intro now. Okay, and it's the same exact music as well. I can get behind this. So that's the crown of the king. Oh, this is interesting. Not entirely sure. Okay, that's the crown of the king again. Is it? Because it's blood, it's a crown, and then another crown. I'm presuming that's like the king and queen, and then they're joined by blood. So, like, blood relations, is that what this is? Dragons. I love the Targaryen architect, you know? Dragons and that. I love how all the blood's falling down into a pit of fire, sun, light. I don't know. Under the Targaryen sigil. Oh, this one's alive. They're eating him alive. Holy scheisse. Oh my. That mustn't be pleasant.
Sir Ryan is a strong Lord Commander of the King's Guard.
I love the transitions.
With the help of the Hand, I've invited a number of fine candidates to court.
Corliss.
And make an offering to the men's
I
family.
don't want compensation. I want to seize the stepstones by force and burn out this crab feeder.
Crab feeder, okay. So they are referring to the opening. Not opening exactly, but you know what I mean. Scene.
In all of its history, my lord, the Seven Kingdoms had never entered open war with the free cities. Were that to happen, the losses would be incalculable.
That's the money dude, right? What is it? Forgot the title.
Does the crab feeder.
Coin, whatever. Master of coin.
The king's on.
Yeah, he's got the thing.
I have acted. I've sent envoys to Pentos and Volantis to see if we might find common cause. Ships and men are at the ready.
Rhaenyra, that's gonna be you one day. You better listen and learn.
Have Dragon Rider's father.
She is the future queen. Come on now.
It isn't that simple, Rhaenyra.
It would be a show of force.
At least the princess has a plan.
Hey, let's go. Corliss and the princess are getting along.
I only meant that we should at least...
Perhaps there's some better use for the princess's talents.
Princess to see about the new King's Guard posting, Lord Commander.
A fine idea, Your Grace.
This knight will protect you as well. You should choose.
Oh, that smile. Your time will come. Well, who knows? You did not like that at all. That looking back at him like you.
Step forward, Sir Desmond. Son of Sir Royce Caran, Sir Desmond has proved strong and steady in both attorney lists.
Oh, thank you, by the way, for reminding me that's Charlie.
Sir Desmond recently brought a would-be poacher to justice.
No comment?
You might thank
Is that,
real service, Princess.
We thank you for your loyal service to the crown.
in the corner there? That's Corliss's wife, right? I forgot her name. Rhaena or something? Rhaena's her? Yep, it is her. Queen for a day or whatever.
Sir Ryman Mallister, son of Lord Lyman Mallister of Seaguard.
Mallister.
Outside a hall. He was the last mounted of 3 and 10.
Do any of these knights have combat experience beyond capturing poachers?
Sir Kristen Cole,
That's that jousting dude, right?
son of the steward of the Lord of Blackheath.
Be welcome. Sir Kristen.
She likes this one. All right, let's go.
Dornish marches, Princess. I fought for a year as a foot soldier against the Dornish incursions. Sir Arlen Dondarrion knighted me after we raised 2 of the watchtowers along the Boneway.
That's the one?
I choose Sir Kristen Cole.
Hey, let's go.
Houses such as Crickle and Mallister are important allies of the crown. Seaguard, for instance, is the realm's prime defense against reavers from the Iron Islands.
Those men are tawny knights. My father should be defended by a man who's known real combat. Should he not?
Of course, Princess.
Well, let us plan Sir Kristen's investiture then.
She's definitely a dragon. She's got a bit of fire in her. But Otto had a point there, though. You have to be considerate of the alliances with the other houses as well.
Lords, the highest of the nobility,
You know,
lived here, at the volcanic face, closest to the source of
like I said, who you choose is not always based on competency.
nature's work their craft.
Ah, these two are going at it still. All right, cool. By the way, speaking of Rings of Power, I love the intro to the series. Very similar to the opening of Lord of the Rings, you know, when Galadriel is talking about the rings, explaining the whole situation, basically.
Over 1,000 dragons, a navy large enough to span the seas of the world.
1,000 dragons. A lot.
7 hills.
All right, you can make another one.
To discuss personal matters.
It will take time. It did when I lost mine own mother.
I wish she would approach me.
What if you went to her?
Rather face the Black Dread himself than mine own 15.
She's 15, so she's probably 15 then too?
She would open herself to you if invited. You do have such an easy way about you, Your Grace.
You do not mention our talks to Rhaenyra, do you? I just...
Okay.
I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
She didn't look too comfortable. I don't think. Well, he's a king too, you know. It's not just the age difference thing.
You cannot worry at the matters of lords and kings, Rhaenyra. What if your father were to remarry? Your father loves you.
She never considered that, eh?
He chose you for his heir.
He didn't choose me, he spurned Daemon.
That is true, actually.
I find this is a way to be with my mother. Here in the quiet of the steppes. I feel close to her.
It's interesting, because isn't that actually supposed to be like the mother something? I forgot the exact title, but they call her the mother, basically.
What do I say?
I want him to see me as more than his little girl. Mine own father does not know the language of girls either. When I wish to talk with him, I know that I must make the effort.
Okay. Well played. She's good. For someone that young, she's quite smart. Well played.
I know tempers ran hot today, but I wanted to assure you how much I value the bond between our houses. Rhaenys is my favorite cousin after all.
Rhaenys.
I fear that the eyes of our enemies are presently fixed on the Red Keep. The Queen has passed. A girl has been named heir to the Iron Throne, the first in its history.
Yeah.
Without challenge, and now a foreign power has established a colony in our most critical shipping lane.
You paint such an aspirant portrait of my reign. Course of action to propose, my lord?
Join our families. Wed our daughter Lena. Unite the 2 great surviving Valyrian houses with the Targaryen dragons and the Velaryon.
That little baby. Well, they're all little. That's the thing. But she was like way too little. That's that, right? In the first one, when they're watching the jousting thing.
I must admit, I haven't given marriage much thought. It hasn't even been half a year since Emma passed.
Half a year has passed. Okay. Okay, so some time has passed. All right, cool. That makes more sense.
Longer match than Lena.
Cousin's daughter? Wow. Well, I mean, married his cousin. Emma was his cousin, right? They literally married sisters.
We haven't spoken much.
A regret of mine. We should be free to speak our minds to one another.
You can say whatever you'd like. You are the king. Daryl provided a fine field of tawny knights.
Oh?
Today at small council,
Paid no mind.
I thought I might have had some insight.
You're young.
But
You will learn.
Come on, dude. She's trying to make conversation. Say something back. The hell is that? It's like worms? What do they call 'em? Maggots? Oh my god.
This is our best chance to save the digit.
Oh, that was from the cut?
The maggots will remove the dead flesh and hopefully stop the advance of the rot.
That's like a surgery.
To whom? Your Grace?
The Lady Rhaenyra. To combine the strength of our houses and demonstrate my reign's strongest days are ahead.
He's trying to do the thing as well, right?
Such matters must be discussed with a small council.
That is what I'm doing. Presently. What is your advice, dear Otto?
What about Alice? I mean, yeah, about her. Yeah, she's all right, Lyanna.
Made by the great council still linger, my king. A match with their daughter would go a long way towards sealing the breach.
Alliance.
The Aryan houses would certainly signal unity throughout the realm.
Definitely would.
And to be compelled to replace her for duty's sake. You are the king, but I do not envy you.
Oh, but you do, though. You slimy prick. Oh, it's his daughter. Lyanna. Lyanna? How do you say the name properly, man? Yeah, look at what the hell. Come on now. What? The killer's son is at least... Well, not like that. She's like baby.
I imagine even dragons get lonely.
Your Grace, it would be a great honor to join our houses.
She's just reciting. Oh,
In blood, so that we might strengthen the royal line and the realm.
Is that what your father told you to say?
yes, it's pretty clear from the way she's talking. She's not saying that, she's reciting it.
What did your mother tell you?
Oh my god.
I led you until I turned 14.
She's not... See, this is what I was saying. Some of the ages in the books are way less than the ones that are shown in the shows in the Game of Thrones I was talking about. And that's good. I'm very glad. This show seems to be... Oh, you know, more book accurate, which is great, but not in this case. This is one thing I'm glad they changed, and
Lena is your daughter, Princess. Does it bother you?
Of course it does. But I understand the order of things. I'm not sure you do.
Yeah. So they keep telling her.
If you mean to elicit some anger from me, you should know that you are failing, Princess.
Man, these walls, though.
Your father will remarry, sooner than late. His new wife will produce new heirs, and chances are better than not that one of those will be male.
Yeah, there you go.
Of age and your father has passed, the men of the realm will expect him to be heir.
Yeah.
Because that is the order of things.
The Order of the Phoenix. Oh, yeah. Break the wheel, Danny.
The men of the realm already had their opportunity to appoint a ruling queen at the Great Council, and they denied it.
They denied you, Princess Rhaenys, the queen who never was.
The queen who never was, that's the...
Me and called me heir to the throne.
Do you remind your father's men of that as you carry their cup? Here is the hard truth, which no one else has the heart to tell you. Men would set the realm to the torch and see a woman ascend the
Iron Throne, yeah. Not all men.
Your father is no fool.
Just the ones in Westeros. I know of many king, queens, and female presidents and prime ministers around the world.
The small council is urging me to remarry. Seems the realm wants for a new queen.
A good and kind queen will give comfort to your subjects.
Particularly ones whose name starts with an A and end with a T. What? Who said that?
Does the small council have a particular lady in mind?
Lord Corlys Balarion has offered the hand of his daughter.
A very strong match, Your Grace.
I must admit, I don't know Lena very well.
Don't know.
I'm sure that she is good and kind.
That's the thing you don't know?
As I have, Your Grace.
She's not even 14. Oh my god, her finger.
I brought you something.
How old is she? She might be like, I don't know, 15. Same age as her, you know, Rhaenyra. Oh, she remade it?
Masons to mend it.
Yeah.
This is a very kind gesture.
Elin.
Very kind. Come.
On command.
The hand, Your Grace.
What if you just had a hand with him? The hand, Your Grace.
Patroxio sintroro masita. Masogen.
That.
Scorpidoso zedriso drodixo.
Wow.
Ros daimon sikia sida seglivzeus.
Daemon.
Oh, Daemon took the diamond.
Who is Lady Missaria?
We believe
Daemon's Hall.
Okay, then.
The realm is watching, Your Grace.
Perhaps I could put his head on a spike.
Monidrotso iles daridoros.
Dreamfire. I'm not familiar with that.
Mile. Iderepte enkono.
Okay. That's...
Assemble a detachment, Otto.
Dreamfire.
Daemon is without limit. Let me go to Dragonstone.
Oh, I love the games. She's pretty tall. I think that's why she looks older. You know, she's almost like as tall. Not almost, but you know.
Why do you destroy yourself?
Yeah, why do you do that? Well, she's nervous. That's why. Come on, the world you live in. Come on, look around you. It's not a pleasant world, and definitely not for a woman or a girl or whatever.
I've assembled 20 of your best household guards, my Lord Hand. Sahara will also join us.
Please look after the hand, Sir Kristen.
Just the hand. Which one? Right hand? Damn, that kind of looked like a claw in that ship right there. This is Dragonstone. This is that place where Daenerys was, right? That's Dragonstone. When Jon Snow comes to meet her. And the dragon flies over them. It is this exact path, right? Or am I confusing stuff? I'm probably confusing stuff. Wouldn't be the first time. Careful with the egg, bruh.
Welcome to Dragonstone, Otto.
Dragonstone, okay, cool.
Dragonstone by order of His Grace King Viserys.
Where is the king? I don't see him.
His Grace would never lower himself to entertain such a mummer's farce.
Sir Crispin, wasn't it?
Sir Kristen Cole, my prince.
Ah, yes, apologies. I couldn't recall.
Well,
perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off.
Hey, let's go! Boom! Slam!
True-born children of royalty, not for bastards fathered on a common whore.
Lady Messiah
wow.
to be
abomination with every breath.
Yeah.
Saw your name, your...
Wait, she didn't know about that? She looked at him like, wait a minute. When are, how, we're getting married? It's a thing?
To choose violence here is to declare war against your king.
Wonderful.
Even if it ends in the death of your child and his mother.
Uh-oh. That hit a nerve. Otto, I don't think you want to take him on. Daemon looks pretty good with the sword. What's his name? Kristen Cole do the thing. Oh, lovely. Oh, I love the dragons in this show. The dragons in Game of Thrones are great too. Oh, they're beautiful. They sound beautiful.
All of you, sheathe the fucking steel.
What? Ooh, ooh. There's another dragon. Yeah, there is. Whoa, look at that. Come on now. Hey, it's Rhaenyra. And her golden dragon and the red one. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Love the fact that they you know, it's... The dragons are easily distinguishable. They sound different too. This dragon sounds very different than the other one. Like a boss.
Preventing bloodshed.
Sir Kristen, please escort the princess to safety.
Take care not to startle Syrax, my lords. She's rather protective of me. Ditas.
Pipot zadrzomi mazambir nuhruho suchai.
Seculat.
Razilari tubi.
Oh, she's not. Whoa, she called his bluff. Rhaenyra, let's go.
If you wish to be restored as heir, you'll need to kill me.
Wow.
And be done with all this bother.
She is a boss. Let's go. Although this is Damon, I don't know if I would play that game with this dude. He's not crazy though, like I mentioned at the start, you know. Oh, come on, dude. Careful with the dragon eggs. Yeah, like I said, he tries to come across as this crazy, wild dude, which he is, but he has a lot of sense as well, and he's... He, much like pretty much all humans, is a very complex character, and I love that about the show, the way they started that off as well, you know, establishing the complexities. The depth of each character, I really like that. Okay, that was pretty good. It just reminded me of what he said, you know? The king won't lower himself to such a mummer's farce. But then she came here, so like, I guess she would. She called his bluff though in front of his men. How is that gonna go? And his to-be wife.
You announced that we were to be wed and that I was with child. Your child.
Perhaps when we are wed, we can make that true.
That I would never be threatened by childbirth.
Good. Children can be such irritating creatures.
Me, Demon.
Dragonstone is quite secure.
For now.
The king decides to...
Exactly.
Terror.
You're safe with me, I swear it.
You can afford to play your stupid games with the king, but
That's true. Yeah.
I didn't come into your service wanting gold. I came to you to be liberated.
From what?
Yeah, I was gonna say from what?
Fear.
I don't think anyone can do that for you. You'll have to do that yourself. I mean, they can make you feel safe, make you feel a certain way, but it's up to some extent. As soon as they leave, it's gone.
I have felt Corlys Velarion's envious gaze staring at me.
I think everyone's felt that. His gaze.
She comes from unimpeachable Valyrian stock, and she has Targaryen blood. What's to mislike?
She is 12.
Oh!
What if I was to reject Lord Corlys' proposal?
He would not be like to take it well. I fear nothing short of a direct line to the Iron Throne would satisfy.
Yeah, he's tried so hard. He's gotten so close as well, so many times, just hasn't been able to quite.
Who is he to act to me?
No one, Your Grace. But Driftmark makes for a better ally than it does an enemy.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You should wed Lena Velaryon, Your Grace. Sate Lord Corlys and fix him at your side permanently as an ally.
I guess you could just make it official and...
The princess has returned from Dragonstone.
Right, like... I was gonna say wait a few years, but like that's minimum 8, I guess. Well, 6 if anyways. Doesn't matter. Man, these drawings on the walls. Look at that one. Alrighty then.
And you acted without the crown's leave. You are my only heir. You could have been killed.
May I sit?
It's like, did you not just hear me?
You went to Dragonstone.
And retrieve the egg without bloodshed. A feat I'm not sure Sir Otto could have accomplished alone.
Yeah, I don't think you could have.
Too easily ended. And by marrying again, I may begin to ensure that we are better defended.
Against whom?
Whomever may dare to challenge us.
Against anyone, like his own brother tried it. It's you not, I mean, you just came from that.
You are the king, and so your first duty is to the realm. Mother would have understood this, just as I do.
She understands, but it doesn't make it hurt any less. Oh, she's a great actress. That effect in her voice as she was talking, you know, there's like this, I don't know how to say it. English is my first language, but it's like quiver or whatever. Ever so slight, not too exaggerated, to let you know that she's not entirely comfortable with what she's saying, but she has to say it because she understands.
I have decided to take a new wife.
You're like, all right, let's do this. The smile. Oh, I love that. I love that he looked over at her and she gave him a nod. Approval.
I intend to marry.
Her?
The Lady Alicent Hightower.
Okay then.
For Spring's End.
Oh. Oh no.
This is an absurdity. My house is Valerian, the greatest power in the realm.
And I am your king.
Oh, I'm more concerned about these two here, Alicent and Rhaenyra. The look of betrayal. Nope. Nope. Her best friend just became her mom. Pause. What?
House Valerian's origins reach back to old Valyria, more ancient even than House Targaryen, according to some texts. Unlike every other lord of the realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back. I've always thought of you and I as having been made from the same cloth.
Who is he speaking to? Daemon Targaryen. Alright, I see.
I wasn't aware you had
a rebellion, eh? Okay.
And who have had to cut our own way through the world. We've been passed over.
Well, especially this dude. Way too often.
You've heard of the troubles in the Stepstones?
It was never my brother's strongest trait, being king.
Yeah. So I keep hearing he's a weak king.
Idles himself with feasts and balls and tourneys.
I will speak of my brother as I wish. You will not.
Ooh, I like that. This is what I'm talking about. This guy. He pretends one way, but he cares deep down.
We are the realm's second sons, Daemon. Our worth is not given.
Taken?
It must be made.
Oh, made. Same thing. The hell? Is that grayscale? Is that what that is? Okay, that was a pretty interesting episode. All right, that was pretty good episode. Pretty good second episode. Not as much, dramatics, theatrics, blood and gore and, But before I get into breaking this down, though, if you want to see the full-length reaction, it's available on my Patreon, link in the description. Also, those full-length reactions do go up early, really early, and then the YouTube edits go early on Patreon as well. So check it out, link in the description to my Patreon. Thank you so much, patrons, for supporting me all this time, and for your continued support. You will be receiving some merch from me on Patreon very soon, so thank you so very much. Also, speaking of merch, I do have a separate merch store as well, link to that in the description down below as well. Thank you, YouTube members, subscribers, patrons, pretty much everyone, man, viewers, people who like, people who share the videos, people who comment. I thank every single one of you for being with me on this journey. Now then, like I said, this was a pretty good episode, a pretty good setup. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of setup. Yeah, some more development, particularly in the politics and relationships part. So the king is to wed Alicent. Otto Hightower is playing the king pretty well. There's a lot of backbiting, a lot of manipulation, a lot of games, and that's typical. That is to be expected of a show such as House of the Dragon. I love that aspect of Game of Thrones, and I love that in here as well. The blood and gore and all that is great. It gives it a sort of entertaining sort of value, but I'm really here for the politics, and I'm not disappointed. There's a lot going on. It seems like Daemon Targaryen and Corlys might be joining forces and going against the crab feeder and trying to take him on. And Corlys is the richest in this realm, I guess. The most powerful, which is kind of ironic if you think about it, because if I remember correctly, Cersei was offered by Tywin to Rhaegar, I want to say. If I'm not saying, if I'm making a mistake there, please correct me, but I believe so. It might have been Rhaegar, and she was rejected, as we know. That part we definitely know, because then later she marries Robert Baratheon, and Tywin's obviously not too happy about that, and so the same thing happens here. Corlys offers his daughter to Viserys, and he rejects, and so he's not too happy, and now he's building other alliances, and that one didn't end so well for Rhaegar or the Targaryens, as we know what happens. And this one, I'm just saying, because there are these parallels, and this guy is pretty much the Tywin, if you think about it, the most powerful dude, right? Corlys, that is. So foreshadowing, I don't know, maybe, who knows, but it seems like there are some parallels there to be drawn between those two situations going on. And there's Alicent. Like I said, Otto Hightower, he's like I almost said middle finger, the little finger of this world. And he's playing the game very well, very much like Littlefinger did. Although Varys got the better of him at the end in that one. But anyways, yeah, he's, spinning the wheel really well. And he's playing the king. He's got the king wrapped around his fingers. He's making him dance. He's got a lot of influence over Viserys, right? And thing is, he's not even letting Viserys do much. Like, whenever Viserys decides to do something, like he wanted to face off against Daemon. Now, granted, that was actually a good idea that Otto gave, which was, I don't think you should go against Daemon. He's kind of a wild one, But as we learned, yeah, he is wild, but he's not so wild. I think he deep down does care about his family. It was, what's her face? Rhaenyra, who got the egg, retrieved the egg without any bloodshed or anything really. I mean, she just went in like a badass and retrieved the egg, and on a dragon. I love the fact that the dragons look different, they sound different, they are different. It's pretty cool, Gives it a good vibe. But yeah, there's definitely more to Daemon than what he is trying to show us. And as I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, I love that aspect of it. I love the detail in the show. I love the depth to each character. Lord Corlys in particular as well. He's a bit brash. He's a bit in your face, pretty much like Daemon, which is why I think they're getting along pretty well. But at the same time, he's trying to play the game as well as he can. Rhaenys, I don't know, his wife, she is doing everything she can in her power as well to try to gain some influence, some power. And speaking of being, in your face, Rhaenyra is actually that character as well. She's quite the opposite of Alicent. Alicent is quite, the player, whereas Rhaenyra is kind of like a soldier, like a brute, She goes in barging in like a badass, does not really is not afraid or doesn't portray herself as being afraid, at least, whereas Alicent is very afraid. I mean, her fingers shows that's she picks her fingers, which is every time she's nervous, and so her fingers are always messed up, all of them. I mean, she's always nervous. But yeah, they did have a new intro in this one as well, which is pretty cool. I think it's bloodlines and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll have to watch that a couple more times to kind of determine what exactly is happening there. But it's pretty cool. They got the Game of Thrones theme running in the back while the blood is going all over the gaff as well. Very interesting stuff so far. But yeah, man, I absolutely loved the entrance that Rhaenyra's made. Splitting the clouds and just on the dragon. Let's go. So good. I love dragons, man. They're just so beautiful and they're gorgeous, but they can rip you to pieces and also burn you alive. Burn you to a crisp. You choose how you would like to go out. They'll oblige happily. I love the paintings or drawings or whatever is on the wall. They're just going at it in every single one of them. And some of them, there are dragons and humans going at it as well. I'm like, all right. Lovely. Who needs Pornhub when you've got that? Anyways, I'm very excited for episode 3. That was quite interesting. I'm not watching any of the previews or anything like that. When the episode's out, I'll watch that. I will, however, you know what? At the end of the season, I'm going to listen to the podcasts that they keep showing at the start. Like I said, if you want early access to the next episode, you can. It's available on my Patreon. Link in the description. Full-length reaction is there as well. Thank you so much, patrons, YouTube members, subscribers, everyone for supporting me all this time. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, have a nice